Whoa, hold your horses. Y'all need to watch this video before you move to Miami. Vic here with the Move Miami channel, where we talk all about moving to Miami or moving within Miami. This video is gonna talk to you about all the things you need to know before you move to Miami. All right, let's get into the first one. Rain. It rains in Miami, especially in the summer, every single afternoon. But you know what? Unlike in the Northeast where it does all day, it rains, whoosh, it's in, it's out, you're done with, and the sun comes right back up. So rain in Miami, it isn't an issue. Although the forecast will say, hey, it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain. Every day it's gonna say it's gonna rain. But you know what? It's gonna rain 5 or 10 minutes, maybe an hour, maybe 2 on your way home, and then it's gonna be out. And you're gonna be able to enjoy the rest of the day. So again, rain, not an issue. Number 2, we're talking the natural disasters that we have to deal with here are just hurricanes. We don't have to worry about earthquakes. At least the hurricanes are predictable. But you know what? It's only hurricanes and we can predict those, okay? You know when they're coming. They don't just form in a second. There's a lot of anticipation and you can get yourself prepared for a hurricane, whereas you can't with an earthquake. You can't with a sinkhole. There's no sinkholes down in Miami. Maybe up in the middle of Florida, you might have to deal with some sinkholes, but there's none of that down here. So again, I'd much rather take a hurricane over an earthquake or a sinkhole any day, or a tornado. We don't live on Tornado Alley. You know when they're coming. Everybody on the news makes it like it's the end of the world. But you know what? All of us here in Florida, we're just packing our things up, getting our homes ready, getting our drinks ready, because we're usually having hurricane parties, all right? All the homes since 1992 and Hurricane Andrew passed have some sort of storm protection. You get a discount on your home if you have storm protection. So if you have shutters, if your roof's, you know, a newer roof, if you got hurricane impact doors and windows, your home is going to be just fine in a storm. The only thing you gotta worry about is if you're in a flood zone, you know, you probably don't wanna be there. You don't wanna be right up against the water. But again, even then, I live close to the water and I don't have a problem when a storm comes. You know, there's enough drainage, the homes are all usually lifted up, and you know what, if you get some storm damage, it's just gonna be some water, all right? Next, bugs. There's bugs, especially the closer you live to the water, the more bugs you gotta deal with. And the bugs I'm talking about are the ones you can't see, no-see-ums. But if you're inland, you're just dealing with a few mosquitoes. And you know what? There's mosquito systems that you can put in and throughout your house that spray all natural stuff, not chemicals. We're talking cedar wood and stuff that's gonna keep your home protected. You can have a boundary around your home. You can still enjoy the outdoors. And you know what? It's only bad in the summer. Throughout the rest of the year, Miami's prime time in the winter. Everybody wants to be here up until Easter. All the snowbirds are here. When all the events are going around, when the F1's here, when there's the Arch Festival, when there's a music festival, when there's Ultra, that's when everybody wants to be in Miami. So in the winter, you're gonna have a maximum of 70 degrees at night. That's prime time in Miami. But you know what? I don't mind the summer. I love the summer. I love being able to go with the boat. I love going down to the Keys. I love being able to cross the Bahamas, and I don't mind the heat. I'd rather be in the hot than in the snow. I can't deal with it. I went to law school up in New York. It is too cold. Too cold for me and my bones. But you know what? It's not for everybody. There's AC everywhere, okay? Not a problem. Just because it's hot, we've got the water. We're minutes away from the water. Everybody can enjoy water sports and enjoy the pool. All the buildings, all the hot buildings now have water. There's always water, there's always air. Even at the zoo, you take your kids to the zoo, there's a little water park. There's a couple splash pads. We enjoy it down here. It's not a problem, okay? Let's take it to my next talking point here. Big one, traffic. You all need to know traffic is serious in Miami. The more people realize that we live in paradise, the more traffic there is, okay? So what I tell everyone is live where you work and where you play and plan things around the traffic, okay? There's no sense in beating your head up into traffic if you can avoid it, especially me now. I don't have to go into court as often as I used to, so I move further away from the office because I don't have to commute in every day. You know, it's not something that I'm not going into the courthouse every morning like I did for motion calendar. I sit behind my desk. I could be at my office or in the office at home. and just pop in on Zoom, take my meetings, and deal with the commute to work after. So again, if you can plan how you live against traffic or going with the flow, against the flow of traffic, you're gonna be a much happier person. I guarantee you that. There's a lot of really good areas and neighborhoods in Miami where you can enjoy really great food, have really nice accommodations, and have a really good life, whether you're with your friends, your family, and make yourself much happier if you avoid traffic. None of that road rage will apply to you if you understand where you should be living in closer proximity to your place of work or what you're doing every day. All right, so again, everything about traffic can be avoided if you plan. If you don't, you're gonna be really miserable in Miami. But again, it's the same thing. It's worse in New York. I've lived in New York. It's worse in Chicago. That's a parking lot. And you know what? There's Uber everywhere now. So if you don't want to drive, hop in an Uber. You can work the whole way on your ride. Highly recommend using that type of transportation service where you can actually do work and do other things while you're stuck in a commute. Another good point is that there's freebies. A lot of the different neighborhoods have a freebie. And for those of you who don't know, a freebie is a ride. It's a free ride that takes you around certain areas. So if you're in Coral Gables and enjoying downtown, you can take the freebie. You know, for those of you who are from a college town, the freebie will take you home if you're drunk. You know, you go out drinking and you want to hit the freebie. You know, you put in an app, and it's all based on donations, if I'm not mistaken. It's either donations or sponsorships. So the sponsors that have their advertising around the freebie, which is like a golf cart or a 6-passenger vehicle, an electric vehicle, is good for the environment and it takes care of people. So the freebie, I know they have them in downtown West Palm Beach. We've got them in Coral Gables. We've got them in Pinecrest. We've got them in all the nice neighborhoods around here that they're gonna take you a short commute close to where that area is so that you don't have to drive drunk or you don't have to drive at all. You just call the freebie up, they give you a ride, and most of the drivers just work on trip. But again, traffic, not gonna lie to everybody, traffic is brutal. Another thing you have to deal with here, there's a lot of culture here, all right? So if you guys are not cool with people talking with accents like me or like other people from different, ethnicities, you're not gonna wanna live in Miami. But if you want really good food and a lot of culture from different places, you're gonna enjoy it because there really is a melting pot here. Just like in New York, we're, I'd say, the hub to the Americas here in Miami. So we've got people, great Colombian food, great Nicaraguan food, great Mexican food. I mean, you name it, you have it here. There's so much that you can enjoy in so many different little communities and pockets. There's a Honduran restaurant that I know of that's really good. All of these things are things that I think everybody should try. The Peruvian food, the Peruvian fusion is some of the best food. I mean, Eileen Andrade over at Finca does a fantastic job. That's like a Chinese, I think Japanese and Peruvian fusion. Just a fantastic concept. If you all are ever out west, you should definitely check that out. Another thing you should know about Miami is the beaches. They can get really crowded, especially on South Beach. So if you're looking to enjoy some peaceful time with your family, with your kids, you're probably not gonna wanna go to South Beach where all these kids are, especially where the tourists are going. You're gonna wanna go a little bit further up north. So if you hit up Mid Beach or North Beach, you're gonna have much more of a family feel than if you are gonna be on South Beach with all these young kids that are, here on vacation or on spring break. And the other place you might wanna check out is Key Biscayne and El Farito, great beach. You just won't have the crowds, okay? So I highly recommend going off the beaten path if you're trying to enjoy it with your family and you don't want the crowds. I would tell you, hit the beaches in the non-touristy locations. There's plenty of beach. It's all beautiful, all right? Check those out. Key Biscayne is a gem, it's a hidden gem. It's like Disneyland. It's over there by the Ritz-Carlton. Fantastic if you can get out there also. The Ritz on the Key, excellent location to enjoy some relaxation. Another problem with Miami is property taxes. Your property taxes here are gonna be probably much higher than for those of you who live up north, okay? And that's because we don't charge you state income tax. So if you balance the two out, you're gonna be rather paying more property tax than getting taxed by the state on your income, okay? There's no state income tax here in the state of Florida, so you're only getting hit with federal taxes. It's a safe haven. It's a reason why all these billionaires are moving their businesses outside of Chicago, outside of New York, out of California, and bringing them down here. They're all gonna be HQ'd here, Texas, Arizona. All of those are reasons why people are flocking here. If you really balance it out, getting charged a little more on property taxes is gonna be a much better in your pocket at the end of the day than if you were paying income taxes for your state. Another thing you can do to dispute your property taxes when you move in is to reach out to a company that says, hey, I don't agree with the taxation, and you can dispute it, all right? There's companies down here that can help you dispute your taxes after you purchase them, and if there's a step up, I'll put you in contact with them. Just comment property taxes so that I can let you know or put you in contact with some companies that we've worked with in the past that'll dispute your property appraiser's tax bill, okay? I won't get into that in a lot of detail now, but drop a comment and we'll help you out with your property taxes if you want to dispute them, okay? Next, I want to talk to you about allergies. If you have allergies, there's seasons here just like anywhere else. Just like in the Northeast, the pollen kicks up in the spring. So if you have allergies, you know, take a Zyrtec, drink some all natural stuff. We've got a lot of people who keep bees here, the bee guy. There's a lot of people here that will give you some all natural remedies to the allergies. So again, you want some plugs on those, let us know. Last but not least, what do we got here? The wildlife, okay? In line with the bugs, there's alligators, there's saltwater crocodiles, there's mosquitoes. But again, we've got the Everglades. It's beautiful, a beautiful estuary that you all need to, everybody should go visit the Everglades. It's all the way, it connects basically from the end of Miami all the way to where Naples is. And the Everglades, you're gonna have amazing trails to go to. You're gonna be able to hike them. You're gonna be able to travel to Shark Valley, which is a cool like elevated boardwalk over this moving sea of grass out on in between us and the west coast of Florida. Highly recommend the Everglades. Great place to fish as well. It's where a lot of these younger fish are breeding. You can catch snook on snook on snook, redfish. I've caught a day where just, you know, every cast we were catching groupers where they were spawning. Great area. It's very protected, but the fishing in 10,000 Islands out there, just 45 minutes, an hour away from Miami, is a fantastic place for you all to enjoy. Take your families. I recommend it in the winter. It's really hot right now, but again, it's something, an attraction you can go to year round. Hit up an airboat ride off of where the Miccosukis are. There are a lot of things to see out there that aren't typical Miami, that I'd say we have something very rare down there. And if you really want to see like the most southern point out there, there's some really cool backcountry running that you can do out of Flamingo. When we go do our episode on Homestead down south, we'll stop out there so you guys can take a look at what it is. For those who like to do flat fishing, you can do some really good flat fishing between Flamingo in Everglades National Park all the way down to the Keys. So you can basically think of a straight line north up from Isla Morada all the way up to Everglades National Park where the Flamingo Center is, and you're going to be able to do some of the best backcountry fishing down here in South Florida. Okay, the guys who are doing Captains for Clean Water are doing a really good job to make sure that water flow is cleaner than what it has been in the past, to ensure that the generations to come enjoy that beautiful park that we all have enjoyed. Okay, let's wrap this episode up. I talked about some of the negatives that you all need to know about before you move to Miami, but I'm a very positive person. Everything has a positive spin on it, and that's the thing you should know about. There's a lot of good places to see, live, eat, and you can raise a beautiful family here as I'm doing. And if you want to live that single life too, there's a great energy, culture, ambiance. And look, a little rain's never gonna hurt anybody. We have hurricane parties here. This place is a gem. There's a reason people here are moving here. There's a reason Miami is grown the way that it has over these last few years. There's a reason I moved back from New York, back home. And I've been here for 30 plus years, and I love this place. So I hope you guys enjoy what we've got. Please hit the like button if you like the content. Drop a comment if you want us to cover another particular area or neighborhood in Miami, and subscribe. Thanks.